Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing, of course, a makeup look, but my husband showed me this video of this girl and she put cream contour like all over her mouth, up the sides of her cheek, around her face before she did anything else. So we're going to try that. We'll see how it goes. And if you hadn't yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and press that subscribe button and tap that notification bell so you can be notified of all my future uploads. And without further ado, let's get started. So the cream contour I'm going to use today is by Laura Geller. It's the Multitasking Eye, Lip, and Cheek Palette. And that is what it looks like. So of course I'm going to be using I keep looking at this side because I got my camera switched up. And I normally, the camera's over here, but now it's over here this time, so it's throwing me off. So what she did is, she did a little bit down her nose. Hers was actually a stick, but the only stick I had was the Milk makeup stick, and it's really big. She, I think, used Wet n Wild one. I'm not 100% positive, but that's just kind of what it looked like. But, I mean, theoretically, any cream bronzer would work. And then this part is what got me. So she did this. I maybe should have tried this off camera first. But, I mean, at least you'll get oh my gosh. At least if anything, you got a good laugh today. So I think that's enough. The next thing she did, she left it like this. And then she went in with foundation. So foundation today, I'm mixing two. I really like these two together. It's the Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation. That is what it looks like. This is in the color 3in 1.5 Latte. It's a little bit dark for me, so I'm mixing in some of the Colourpop Pretty Fresh foundation in the color 25W. I actually like to mix foundations a lot. I do it all the time. So what I'm going to do is, this one doesn't, the Laura Mercier one doesn't put out a lot of foundation at one time. So I just go, see, I mean, that's all it puts out. So I do like 4 pumps. And then I'm just going to put 1 pump of this in there. This one puts out more foundation. See, it's about, and I may have to add some more of the Laura Mercier one in there. Okay, so that's what they look like together. It's a little bit light, so I'm going to add 2 more pumps of the Laura one, and we should be good. Okay, so now that we got that all mixed up, I'm just going to go around and put it on my face. She started blending out the dark. Actually, she had 2 different sponges. Let me go grab another sponge. Okay, so the first thing she did is she took the contour and blended it up. Oh, that's enough. I do use brown around my mouth sometimes, but not too sure about all that. So this, she ran up towards her eye. And I'll try to see if I can find the video that he's seen. But like I said, he sent it to me, so I don't have it on my phone, and I don't know if there's any way for me to find it. But, I mean, whoever did this was not me the first time, obviously. If y'all can't tell, I'm obviously in a new location. I'm in my bedroom. It has a lot more natural light in it, and that's what I prefer to do my makeup in. So as you can tell, my bed's kind of a work in progress. I was tired of what was on there, so that's why it looks like that. So if you have any ideas of what I can do, I like the navy bedspread, but that's as far as it goes. So if you have any ideas, just leave them in the comments down below. Maybe you can help me out a little bit. So we got that one all blended out. So let's blend out the foundation, which I don't think this technique would work if you had like a super full coverage foundation, because theoretically it should cover up all the contouring. And I'm trying not to blend this too much into the dark, but like in my cheek, I can see like my spots through there. And this is early in the morning, so, well, not early, I think it's like 8:30. Hopefully, we're just going to tap over it a few times. It toned it down a little bit, but I mean, you can still see that. I'm just going to take what's left and run it down my neck just to kind of blend everything together. Actually, that's not too bad. I mean, you can see the contour a little bit, and I don't know, my lips do kind of look more fluffy, with lack of a better word to use. But like, I mean, you can still see like my spots and stuff coming through my foundation. But this is not, neither one of these are full coverage foundations. They're medium, so I know my spots are going to come through. But I will put on a little bit of concealer and it will hide them as well. I kind of like doing it that way. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all going to try this at home or just laugh at me and not do it? Okay, so today the concealer I'm using is the Dermablend Professional Full Coverage Concealer. That's what it looks like. And it is in the color 15N. So I've used this concealer a couple times and I can't make up my mind on it. Like, one day I like it, the next day I'm like, I feel like it's settled. So, I don't know. I'm still playing around with it. I'm just going to blend this out with this concealer brush. The whole reason I got this concealer was because my little girl has a birthmark, which we love it. Like, it's her thing. Like, she owns it and it is the greatest thing. But it is right here and it's about the size of a nickel right here above her eye. But she was in well, she's not a little girl, she's like 15, but she was doing a music video. She's trying to get accepted by CMT, I think is what it was. And she was doing a music video for a song she wrote, and my little girl was playing the younger version of the singer. Super sweet singer. I'll link that video down below if y'all want to see it. But of course, that little girl does not have a birthmark, so I got this to try to cover it up a little bit, which my little girl was like, why aren't we covering my birthmark? I'm like, because the girl don't have one. So she was like, okay. But like, even like when my little girl does pageants and stuff, when I put makeup on her face, I always take the makeup off her birthmark. Because I want it to be something she's proud of. It's something that makes her different. It's something that makes her unique. And yes, she has been picked on it a few times. But we always reiterate how special she is and how beautiful she is. So, I mean, it does hurt her feelings a little bit. But she's like, it's fine. I mean, it's a really good foundation. It's a really good concealer. I mean, it covered my dark circles pretty good. I don't know. That's why I keep trying it. I don't know. So I'm going to use this by Physicians Formula, their All-Star palette. That is what it looks like. We're going to be dipping into the highlighters and the bronzers, but we're going to use this right here to set our under eye, just to see how it looks. And typically I use something brighter to set my under eyes, but this concealer was a little bit bright on me, so that's why I decided to try this out on there and use this concealer with it. Our under eyes are set. We're going to do our eyebrows. So I'm going to use this today. I love this. This is in the color Mocha. I don't know why I didn't find this. And I think I found a dupe for it. It's not double-ended. It just has the other side to it. Because I don't actually always use the pencil side of it that I'm using right now. I don't always use this. I think I may have found a dupe for the other side, which is why I love this so much. And don't get me wrong, the pencil side is good. I like how it's slanted. I like how it's slanted. Like, that's my favorite kind, because to me it's easier to draw with. And don't be judging my eyebrows. I know they need to be redone, but it's okay. Can't nobody be perfect all the time. And if this is as bad as they look, I feel like I'm doing good. So the other side, you just twist it off. And this is what I love about this so much. See how big that brush is? At first when I seen it, I was like, but see, now you just combs through and then it makes it look like natural hair. See, like, it's just so pretty. But I think I found a dupe for it. And I say think because online the brushes look the same, but we shall see. In which I think this isn't a bad price. I want to say this is like $20 for both of them, and the other one for just this type of style is, I want to say, $7. So that is the brows done. So while the brows dry for just a second, let's go ahead and do our face. So I'm going to go ahead and go back in with that color and just kind of dust it all over my face, just to kind of set my T-zone in, like, right here. I don't put powder everywhere, just where I need an extra little coverage. So using the same brush, I'm going to go into this one right here. Start bronzing my cheeks up right over where I put that contour. Now, the matte that's in this palette, I'm not going to use because I've already did the whole contouring thing with the cream stuff. But if I hadn't done that, you can just take like a matte bronzer like that and just run it like right here. Actually, I might do it anyways. Why not be a little extra? Okay, we got the face good and warmed up. So, I mean, you can see it the cream contour a little bit right there. So I'm just taking a brush like this. See how it's dense, and just tapping it into the matte one, and just see it just darkened that up just a hair. See? Just kind of like lift our face a little bit. Okay, so the blush right here in this palette, I'll swatch it for you real quick. I mean, you can see it a little bit, but it's like if I put it, I mean, it's right there. It's just so light. It's a good like blush topper. Like if I've used a cream blush on my face, it's good for that. But for me, it just doesn't show up very well on my skin. It's still beautiful, just not pigmented enough for my skin tone. So I'm going to use the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush. This is what it looks like. And that's the color. As you can see, I've already hit pan. I love this stuff. It doesn't have a ton of color on it. So it's a good like everyday color, and it gives your cheeks just enough color to them. So if you don't really like blush, which I know blush can sometimes be a little intimidating, get a color like this. So I mean, you can tell I've like piled it on, so it's a good bit of color now. But if I would have stopped like 5 dips ago, it would be a lot more subtle, which I mean, it's not super like in your face right now. Always once I put my blush on, I go back with whatever I put my bronzer on and just do that. It just makes everything look more seamless to me. So now I'm going to dip. Okay, so you see this highlighter right here? See how it's shaped? Like, I'm going to put my finger in this part and see. So that's the difference. This is that super shimmery color, but once that topper comes off, that's the color of it. So I'm not exactly sure why you would just put a thin layer of that on, because it's going to come off after a few times, as you can tell. Either way, both colors are still beautiful. So I'm just going to go into the center of it right here. Whoop, you can't see. Center of it right there. Just kind of see that y'all see what the color's going to see. I mean, it's a very pretty like. So now I'm going to tap into that lighter color and go over it. See the difference? So I just flipped it over to get that one color. You may not care for the topper color because I mean it's there, but the underneath color is a very pretty like natural highlighter. Go back with your blush brush and kind of blend over it, just like same effect like what I did with the bronzer. It just blends everything together better. And then I just go back over with my sponge and tap it into my skin. And see how it's a little like out here? Don't put any more foundation on. Just tap over it some. See, it just blends it on out. So don't freak out if you ever put on too much makeup. Just use your sponge and get it off. So now that we're nice and glowy, let's do an eye look. So this is actually some of the palette I used for my vow renewal. This is the Beauty Bakery Breakfast in Bed eyeshadow palette. And that is what it looks like. So we're going to go into this color right there. I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush, and I'm actually going to use that color all over my lid. This isn't something I do all the time, but when I'm in a hurry and I need something a little more dramatic, I will do this. Because this color is not like a super deep color, but if you build it up, you can like darker it up the outside. You see how it's a little bit darker? I just put like a little streak right there just to kind of give it that wing effect. I used to have it in my mind that for your eye look to be like gorgeous and really stand out, it had to be all these different colors, but it really doesn't. Sometimes the prettiest eye looks are actually fairly simple. Okay, so now we're going to go into this color right here. It's called French Doors. And I'm just going to use my finger, and as you can see, it's got some pigment to it. But I really like these eyeshadows, and I'm not coming all the way over here, but I'm getting pretty close. Just gonna add a little more right here in the inner corner. These fingernails I got make it a little difficult. Okay, now that I got that all over my eyes, I'm gonna go back with that very first brush I had, and I'm just gonna do it just like this. I didn't add any more to this. I'm just blending it out so you really don't see where one eyeshadow stops and the other one starts. I am going to pop a little bit of that color we used on our lid right there. See how it just makes the eyebrow stand out a little bit more. And let's go ahead and pop a little bit more right there. As you can see, it still applies really good with just a brush. A lot of times shimmer shadows, when you go to apply them with a brush, you can't really tell. And actually, I think I want to add a little bit of the first color I used right there under my eyes. I don't always do this, but I feel like it today. See, just adds a little bit extra. Okay, so now I'm gonna spray my face. I'm using the Maven Beauty Rose Water Setting Spray. That's what it looks like. I always use a lot of setting spray just because I don't like my face to look powdery. That one, it's not a super fine setting mist. It's one of those things that came in my BoxyCharm, so that's why I have it. My face is almost dry. I just always go back and press everything into the skin good. Alrighty, so for lips today, I am using the Gerard Cosmetics lip pencil in Underground. That is what it looks like. And then I'm going to use the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Lip in Sheer Patina, which I used this color when we renewed our vows too, which obviously this is brown and that's like a purple color. But for me, if I don't have a perfect match lip liner, I just go in with a neutral brown color, which I guess is kind of the same effects of putting that cream contour around your lips. So that is what that looks like on. And then, see, it's just a beautiful, subtle, purpley nude. I was trying to think of a way to describe it the other day, and that's what it is. It's a purpley nude. And these, as far as like liquid lips, are so creamy and they last a long time. Alright, so the last thing we're going to do today is our mascara, and I'm going to use the Laura Geller New York mascara. I'm going to give this one more try. I've tried it out several times and it's a wet mascara, but I hadn't used it in like 2 months, hoping it'll like dry out some. But it's just a wet mascara, and I don't really care for wet mascaras. I feel like they don't do that much, which honestly, it doesn't look like it really thickened up. Like, it's still wet. It's not dried out at all. I apologize. He's mad because he's not in. I mean, you can see a difference, but it's just, let me see. I mean, you can see a little bit, but this is not, if you're wanting any kind of drama or anything like that, this is not. And I love Laura Geller stuff. I mean, like, that's the cream stuff. It was really good. It's just, this mascara is not a kind that I like. I mean, literally, it still looks exactly like it did the first day I used it. It has not dried out whatsoever. So, I mean, if you do like a wet mascara, this would be a great one to use because you know it's going to last a while. So, I got 2 coats on up top and 1 on bottom. And this mascara is just messy. Like, I never have this much junk I have to clean up on my eye. And it's not... This is a dud. Don't get it. Unless you like wet mascara, then maybe you'll love it. But, well guys, that is all for today. Let me know what y'all think about this whole, like, put cream all over your face. I can definitely tell a difference in my, like, around my lips and stuff. Like, to me, they do look a little more, but... like, maybe if I would have used more here and here, but definitely if you just want like a subtle contour, I think that may actually be a good way to do it. But I probably won't do this on a typical day because you can see how you can still see my spots and stuff coming through. I don't really like that look all the time. So, but thanks everybody so much for watching. I'm so glad to see y'all again. Can't wait to see you next time. Bye.